Greetings and salutations. The month of May is over, which means that it's time to look at my channel analytics. This series is dedicated to documenting the growth of this channel. My goal is to get this channel monetized by the end of the year of 2025. There are a couple reasons why I would really like to get this channel monetized. Number one is, obviously I would like to make some money off of it. It is a lot of work, a lot of effort to make 2 videos a week, and I would love to see some return on that time and effort investment. But more importantly than that, to me, monetization is symbolic. It's symbolic of my personal growth in terms of sharpening my speaking skills, my content creation skills, sharpening what it is that I have to say and the thoughts and words that I want to contribute to the world, sharpening my ability to find the right audience for those thoughts and words, and getting that like feedback and I don't want to say validation, but it is validation from those people that I am making a positive impact on their life. So that's the sort of philosophical reason why monetization is the goal. But again, making money from this would also be nice. But as far as I'm concerned, that's really more secondary. Now, if you've been here for a while and you've watched some other videos in this series, you may notice that there is a bit of a shift there. I think when I first started this series of documenting my channel growth, I was very like money forward, very like I really want to be making money from this channel. I will be honest and tell you that, the money definitely was a big draw for me starting this project in the first place. But while that got me started, I wouldn't still be here doing this at this point, almost 6 months in, with no financial return on this investment if the money was my only motivator. And now, if anything, the money is secondary. It is really rewarding inherently to be speaking, like practicing this skill, speaking to you twice a week, putting this content out there, and trying to learn the internet and get better at interneting. So there you go. Okay, that's enough intro. Let's talk about the channel. Here we are at my dashboard homepage. As you can see, as of today, which is Sunday, June 1st, I have 123 subscribers, 123. I do kind of love that number. I still want to see it go up, but I do like that number. It's a fun number. In the last 28 days, I got 430 views, 18.3 watch hours. So here we've got the channel stats broken down into finer detail. So again, 430 views, 18.3 watch hours, which unfortunately is 15.2% less than April. And that sucks. And we'll talk about why that sucks in a moment. But at least I got 8 new friends here on the channel, which is 60% more than the previous 28 days, 60% more than April. And then, of course, here it's kind of showing me my top content for the last 28 days. So, watch time. Why am I sad to see this number go down? Like I said in the intro, my goal is, wait, did I say it in the intro? Well, my goal is to reach 300 subscribers by the end of June. And that being said, subscribers are not the only thing that's required for me to qualify for monetization. In order to be fully eligible for the YouTube Partner Program, which means that I would get, a cut of ad revenue, is I need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. In Q1, so January through March, my focus was on gaining subscribers. And I sort of figured that if I focused on gaining subscribers, then the watch hours would take care of themselves. I reached my goal for Q1, which was 100 subscribers, but my watch hours did not kind of keep up with the subscriber growth. So then for Q2, I decided to sort of flip it the other way around and to focus on viewer retention and improving my watch time, my watch hours, and assuming that, okay, well, if I make content that keeps people around, then the subscribers will take care of themselves. Either I was wrong about that hypothesis, or I'm still not making content that people want to stick around and watch, and therefore, like, neither of these things are happening for me. So I do have some other theories, which we'll get into as we look at the content itself, but we'll just leave it there for now. In the interest of time, because prior to today, I had been doing these statistics updates every week. And so I was looking at the data from every single video that I posted. But I'm going down to monthly with this series because I think it's just kind of getting repetitive, number one. And number two, I'm getting kind of bored with it. But I do still want to track the growth because I know a lot of you who are watching are also new YouTubers, and it's fun camaraderie and we can kind of compare notes, right? With that in mind, in the interest of time, I'm not going to be going over the data from every single video. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to look at my top performing video and then my lowest performing video from this month. Now, I have to specify that because here on this list, you can see of my top 10 videos for the month of May, the bottom 5, none of those were posted in May. Hard Days Count for Double at the bottom there was posted in April, I believe, maybe even March. All 4 of these shorts were posted last summer, almost a year ago, and then the top 5 were posted this month. So we're going to be looking at what if your time management isn't the problem, and this shift will set you free from people pleasing, and sort of comparing and contrasting, I hope, and try to find some helpful information to go forward with. Starting with the winner of the month of May. What if your time management isn't the problem? This video earned 170 views, which is up. I had a couple of videos that blew up earlier this spring that got like 300, 400 views. The best I've done. Okay, I have not been able to recreate that. I quickly fell back into double digits, but here we are, back over the 100 threshold. We love to see it. 9.8 hours of watch time, which, as we can see here, is 5.8 more than usual, and 2 new friends to the channel through that video. Traffic sources, YouTube recommendations was the main one. Playlists, I got 6 views from playlists, and I think we're going to see what that playlist is in a moment here because I didn't put it on a playlist. It's one of y'all's playlist. Direct or unknown, 4, 5 views. Subscriptions feed 4 views, and then 4 other, at least one of those is me, I do believe. Let's look at audience retention. So 3 minutes and 24 seconds, or 29.4% of the video. This is also a really big improvement from previous videos. In the past, we were looking at like under 2 minutes for audience retention, like, you know, in the teens in terms of percentages. The percentage will go up because I've been making slightly shorter videos, like closer to 10 minutes instead of 20, 30, 40 minutes. And so, of course, that will naturally increase that percentage number. But still, 3 minutes and 24 seconds is considerably longer than some of the videos that I had posted earlier this year, even if those videos got more views. You know what I mean? So in that sense, this video was definitely a success, more successful in some measures than some of my more successful videos in terms of views. It even says here 64% of viewers were still watching at the 30-second mark, which is above typical. So looking at reach, we've got 3.6 thousand impressions. So 3.6 thousand times my title and thumbnail popped up on y'all's feeds or wherever you found it. 3.2% impressions click-through rate. Happy with that number. That's about average, if not a little bit higher. 170 views, 158 unique viewers. I'm still, if you know why those numbers would be different, please tell me in the comments. Like, theoretically, right, it would mean that some people are watching this video multiple times. I know I watched this video multiple times. I usually watch it at least twice, but I have a hard time believing that anybody else would watch my videos more than once through. Okay, actually, we're gonna live hypothesize here. I wonder if it's because, you know how when you're scrolling through your YouTube feed, if you stop scrolling for a moment, like let's say you put the phone down to do something, but you leave YouTube open, and whatever video is there starts to autoplay with captions. I think that if you let it play past the like view counter mark, that counts as a view for that channel and that video. So then, if my video popped up on your feed multiple times before you clicked on it and actually watched it, then I suppose that way you probably would have given me multiple views. Does that make sense? I wonder if that's why those numbers are different. Again, if you have more insight to why that discrepancy is there, please tell me. That's my best guess. So let's look at the details of those traffic sources. So YouTube search, Cody Sanchez came up as the main YouTube search here. That's interesting. Here we have, for content suggesting my video, something about Prince Harry. All right. Not real sure what that has to do with this video, but I will say my mother is a big Anglophile. She loves the British royal family, so I don't think it was her that watched this video because nobody in my real life knows about this channel. And then I did mention the playlist. Here we have playlists featuring this video is a watch later playlist. So that's exciting. That's a new experience for me. Somebody put my video into their watch later playlist. That's cool. I love that. Overall, I am pretty happy with the performance of this video. It's certainly an improvement from where I've been for the entire month of May, right? And most of April as well. We're getting back into it. We're getting back into making content that people want to watch and stick around for. Now let's look at my worst performing video for the month of May, which is the one that I did just post a couple days ago. So we have to keep that in mind that it hasn't been up for very long. And the last video that I showed you, the time management video, took a couple days to garner all of those views. So there's still time for this video to be successful. But as of right now, we're at 33 views, which is about the same as usual. 2 hours of watch time, about the same as usual. 3 new subscribers though. See, this is really interesting to me because while the previous video did better in terms of watch time and views, that one only got me 2 new subscribers. This one got me 3 new subscribers. Now, I have a hypothesis about that as well. Back in March, when I was really kind of doing my push for reaching 100 subscribers, I was making a point to make a pinned comment on every video asking people to subscribe. I was more intentional about like the call to action within the video. I was posting community posts about the videos that I posted, and I think this is huge, I was clipping those videos into shorts on the days that I didn't post long form content. Now I stopped doing those things primarily because school was getting busy and I had a lot of pet sitting and I just like didn't have the bandwidth to be doing all of that extra sort of promotional effort. But I think that may be the key. Unfortunately. Well, do I mean unfortunately? No, I don't think I mean unfortunately. This video, it's not like I turned it into shorts and was cross-posting it to the shorts feed. But I did put a call to action in the pinned comment that said, hey, like my goal is to reach 300 subscribers by the end of June. Please subscribe if you haven't. And here we have more people have subscribed from this video, despite it having like a quarter as many views, not even as the previous one that we just looked at. So very interesting. Audience retention for this video, 3 minutes and 7 seconds, 23.7% of the video, about the same as the last one. I'm, again, pretty happy with that. Would love to see the audience retention go up, as always. That is like the goal for sure. But impressions, 493 impressions, impression click-through rate, 4.3%. That's a higher number because there were fewer impressions overall than the last one by like orders of magnitude. How viewers found this video were through browse features, my channel page, YouTube search, director unknown, and other. Now, unfortunately, because this one only has a handful of views, I cannot see what the YouTube search terms were. I don't know what the threshold is for that, if it's like 100 views or something like that, to be able to see what the search terms are, because that's really important for knowing whether or not I am speaking effectively to the YouTube algorithm. I did get a note on this video, I do believe, like yesterday or the day before, and maybe the last one as well. You can click on the little check marks next to views and impression click through rate on your like dashboard. And it'll tell you, oh, like your impression click through rate is good, but fewer people are seeing it, or like people are clicking on this, but they're not staying. And they always say, like, in that situation, to make sure that your title and thumbnail accurately represent the content of the video. Uh, and I was like, no, this definitely does. With this video, it's like this content, the content of the video definitely does fit the title, because I've done that, like not like clickbait, but um, posting a video, panicking about it not doing very well, changing the title, changing the thumbnail to be more, I don't know, and it didn't work. But then that notification went away because I guess people started sticking around more. Unfortunately, I cannot see the YouTube search terms that were suggesting this video. However, I can see that my own video was suggesting this one, so that's cool as well. This is the last slide I'm going to show you, which is the likes versus dislikes ratio. We've got 83.3% liked versus dislike on this video, which, can we just talk about how fucking poetic that is? That a video that I made about people pleasing got dislikes. I just think that that's so funny. There's the channel analytics for the month of May that I'm going to show you, at least. So, where do we go from here? What's the strategy for the rest of June? I am less than halfway to my goal, which I do believe I found myself in this exact same position when I was entering March. So we're going to do the push of like lots of calls to action for people to subscribe for sure. By the way, if you made it this far in the video, please consider subscribing. I'm Laura. I talk all things health, wealth, and happiness here in the attention economy. So if that's your vibe, hit subscribe. If you would rather go see some of my other content first, please feel free to do that as well, because obviously I would love to increase my watch time. I'm going to start for sure doing the pinned comment on all of my videos, for sure making community posts about them. We'll see about the shorts, because like, while that only takes a couple of minutes to do, listen, my time is precious, okay? But they do get a lot of views. And I do think that they drive traffic to my longer form content. So I don't know. Okay, fine. I'll start doing shorts again. God, twist my arm. But anyway, more strategy for the coming month. So the first thing that I want to do is continue, as always, to refine what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, things like this. This is part of the reason why it's so valuable to me to go back and rewatch the videos that I post. In part to kickstart my video in the algorithm, in part to get my timestamps, which I have not been doing a good job of recently keeping up with, but also in part because then I can watch it back and see, like, oh, if I were like, next time I need to do better about this, next time I need to do better about that, right? I'm checking my form here on YouTube when I watch my own videos back, which, by the way, if you don't watch your own videos back, I highly recommend you do it. But okay, I always say that I talk about all things health, wealth, and happiness in the attention economy, and I am very interested in these topics. And they are the topics that I want to devote my like mental health career, my counseling career, my academic career to. And yet, when I am being super honest with myself about the videos that I'm posting, they're generic, or like not actually about that, right? So if you're watching this and you are a small YouTuber or an artist, and you're trying to pursue a career in the arts using your creativity or in the public eye or whatever, please tell me in the comments what you struggle with, and that will help guide me to make future content. But I do have some other ideas in the meantime while I wait for feedback from you. Number one is, I had the thought to go back and read some of my old journals. If I can find pain points in my old journals, all I have to do is sort of think about, like, okay, what would I go back and say to my past self about that? Number two, one thing that I feel like I have really seen a huge transformation in myself over the last few years has been my ability to see myself on camera and put it out in public for others to see and witness. And like that fear of being seen, I feel like I have completely healed it. And words cannot describe how much anxiety I used to have about this, which is so funny to me because I grew up as a competitive dancer. I grew up on stage. I'm also an only child. I have a really really small family and I'm the only girl in my whole generation. And so like I grew up under a microscope, and to be fair, I do think that that contributes quite a bit to why I later developed anxiety about the idea of like being online specifically. But through much therapy and life changes and healing and growth and exposure therapy, here I am talking to you on this beautiful, hot June day. I definitely want to make a video about how I went from like being so afraid to see myself on camera that like I would video myself training aerial. I would do all of these like video projects that I wanted to turn into like, artsy YouTube videos, kind of music video type things. I wanted to be on Instagram and like create a following on Instagram, but I just couldn't. I could not get out of my own way. I want to talk about that journey because that journey, I think, is a huge pain point for creatives trying to pursue a creative career in the attention economy and in the internet age. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. But if there are other topics that you would like to hear me talk about, please also add that to the comments. I am a grad student pursuing my master's in mental health counseling, so that's sort of the perspective that I bring to it. All of that super long-winded stuff to say, I am continuing to refine understanding my audience that I want to talk to. When I was trying to get my like performing career off the ground, I just felt like so misunderstood by the internet arts advice community, the internet like art business advice community. I feel like all of the advice out there that's like, confidence and mindset stuff for creatives and artists, or like business advice, small business self-employment advice for artists, was all geared towards visual artists, people who can turn their art into like drop shipped t-shirts, or greeting cards or whatever. And that just like that wasn't the art that I was trying to make, right? I was a performer. My art was ephemeral. It was like something that existed only once, and I could make it exist for longer if I put it on the internet, right? Get a video and put it on the internet. But then that takes my creative identity beyond just aerial and into like videographer territory, and I just didn't feel like I had the confidence or interest to do that. That's why I'm here doing this, because I want to provide advice and insights to more than just, I don't want to say just, that sounds dismissive, more than solely visual artists. I want to create content that includes performers, musicians, etc. And even people like athletes, people who are pursuing careers in the public eye. That's why I phrase it that way. Point being, I'm going to continue like honing my message. And I think I'm going to trust that as I hone my message more and more, that will naturally lead to better titles, better thumbnails, people sticking around for longer, blah, blah, blah. Point number two. As I said at the beginning of this video, and I say in all of these videos, my goal with this channel is to monetize it. And something else that I've talked about in this series is that I have a financial goal that I'm working towards by the end of 2025. at the end of Q1, I had not only failed my Q1 milestone goal, I did so poorly in Q1 that I finished March with less money than I had at the beginning of the year. So that was pretty demoralizing. Well, I am proud to report now. I mean, Q2 isn't over yet. We still have another month. But as of right now, I have not only met, but surpassed, far surpassed where I'm supposed to be by the beginning of June, based on if I had met my milestone at the end of March. So I have made up for lost time and then some, and I am on track to do the same for Q2. So like I'm super proud of myself. I have been working my little tushy off with pet sitting. And so that's been great. However, when school starts up again in August, I have 4 classes on my class schedule this time, which this past semester I only had 3. I have 4, and I have an internship. So trading my time for money with pet sitting is not going to be sustainable, which is a big motivator for me trying to monetize this channel. I've been saying my goal is by the end of the year, but like really by mid-August would be even better. I will say, while I've been saying since the beginning of the year I want to monetize this YouTube channel, the rule that I had with myself was not necessarily that it had to be this YouTube channel. It's just that, like, up until now, this was the one that I was focusing on for obvious reasons. However, I have decided to experiment with making like a faceless cash cow YouTube channel. I don't like calling it that. It makes it sound very like soulless, but I mean, the truth is, like, the purpose of that channel will be to get it monetized as quickly as possible, to be bringing in as passive of income as possible. So a couple years ago, I tried this. I'm not going to direct you to that channel for various reasons. Maybe later, but not today. I'm not going to direct you to the channel. It's going to remain a mystery for now. But a couple years ago, I gave this a try, and it actually went pretty well. Like, as of today, I checked, I have almost 500 subscribers, and I stopped posting 2 years ago. Like, I only did that project for a couple of months of like posting shorts every single day. And when I stopped doing it, I had less than 300. And in that time, it's just been growing. And I haven't been doing anything to it. I have not added any new content. I've not been like replying to people. I have not even so much as logged into that channel since I abandoned it 2 years ago. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I pick back up where I left off on that channel? So that's the plan. I'm going to be doing that. And I think I'm going to document that process if it takes off. And I'm successful, I will report back here and I will share the channel with you. But yeah, I wanted to tell you that because if you're interested in watching monetization journey videos, then you probably are also interested in monetizing a YouTube channel for possibly the purposes of making money and less so for creative fulfillment. So yeah, this channel, my like faceless channel, definitely not for creative fulfillment, which isn't to say it's not fun to do or creative or anything like that, but that's not its purpose. So my goal is to, by the time I'm back in school, have enough content batched out for the rest of the year so that I can set it and forget it for the rest of 2025. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I considered making a different faceless YouTube channel and starting over from scratch with that one, but then I was like, you know what? I have this other channel that is already halfway to monetization subscribers wise. Why should I reinvent the wheel? So there you go. There's my May update for my channel analytics. Let me know what you think. Like I said, if there are any topics that are pertinent to your health, wealth, or happiness in the attention economy, please tell me, because I would love to speak specifically on those issues. So, all right, my voice is getting tired. I'm going to go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Ta-ta!